today I got a real treat. I got the Yamaha rx-a2070. It's part of the Advantage line. I've been wanting to upgrade receivers for a while now. I currently have the Sony STR DH550 5.2. Awesome entry-level receiver. But I've been upgrading my surround sound little by little. I started with home theater in a box, then upgraded to some satellites and smaller bookshelves, and now I'm up to all clips. I have the clips RF5s left and right. I have the clips RC7 for center, the RS3 I believe for surrounds, and for subs I'm running two Ultimaxes 15s from Parts Express with a iNuke 6000 DSP, and man, let me tell you, it's the best. But anyway, back to this unboxing, and here we go. It's like Christmas. It's the best feeling ever. Alright. So we have the welcome book from Yamaha. The antenna, AM/FM antenna. Let me see if you can catch that. Yamaha disc with more books to read on. We got the AV power cord. We have, I believe this is part of the antenna. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked at it. I'll double check once I got the receiver out. We have the calibration mic, I believe. Now, I know everybody says the YPOW calibration is not the best, but most of them aren't. I mean, once you calibrate it, you still gotta go in and tweak the settings manually to your liking anyway. But yeah, it's a preference thing, I'd say. AAA batteries for the remote. Here's the remote. Way bigger controller here. Then we have the new boomerang, or Y-shaped, I'd rather say, stand for the calibration mic. See there, it has different positions you can put the mic. First position, second position, third position. I guess with this one it does more adjustments on height and placement, I guess. This is new to me because the Sony mic is just one listening position and that's it. The test literally took not even a minute to finish on the Sony receiver. I've read on this particular one it could take up to 15-20 minutes if you do all listening positions and heights, but I'm not too sure. And here we have the other part of the mic stand for the calibration. Let me set all this aside. believe that's it. Now, let me see. What's the best way I could get this out of here? Let me tell you, this thing definitely has some weight to it. Like, this thing, compared to the Sony, it's a monster. I mean, I haven't put it side by side yet, but just lifting it and holding it, it's night and day difference. I currently don't have a DTX or Dolby Atmos setup, but I wanted to upgrade to something that later on down the road, if I wanted to add that feature to my home theater / living room, I could. I mean, I didn't want to buy a receiver now that's just strictly 5.2 or strictly 7.2, and then later on down the road when I'm ready to upgrade, I would have to buy another receiver. I just figured I'd do the one purchase now and forget about it later on. I know that, you know, there's always new features coming out and things are changing. Like every year something new comes out, something new for audio or an input. But like I said, I've been doing 5.2 for years now, and I'm just now thinking about upgrading to Atmos or DTX. So I believe this one will hold me down for a long time. But anyway, there she is, a beauty. As a standard, gotta look at it. For your input selections, your volume, your pure direct mode, your main zone, then this here, once you remove it, there it goes. You have the drop down flap for all your other adjustments, your HDMI input, your mic calibration plug, and also has some audio jacks in the front also. So these are your controls too for your different zones, your programs, your display, like all the other functions you could access through your remote. You could also access here to the front of the receiver. Now to the back. I'm gonna try to get this shot for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see all that. So it has two HDMI outputs, which I was looking for because I'm currently switching between a TV and a projector, and it was a pain with the Sony because I had to unplug one to plug the other, so I needed something with dual HDMI outputs because I tried running a HDMI switcher and it just didn't work at all. So I figured, well, let me just get a receiver and just cut the all the interference between a switcher or a splitter or stuff like that. So this one has dual HDMI outs and it has 7 HDMI ins. It has Ethernet cable for internet, the Wi-Fi antenna, and I believe this is also Bluetooth. I want to say yes. It has trigger out 1, 2. It has remote in and out. It has zone out, and it also has pre-outs. Zone out here was zone line 1. Excuse me, zone 2, zone 3. Then it has pre-outs, fronts, surround, surround back, and then it has for rear subwoofer, which would be this one here, and it has one for a center there. So this has subwoofer rear and front, if I'm reading that correctly. It just doesn't have two sub outputs like my normal receiver has, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But anyways, we have surround back, extra speakers presence, center, front, and extra speaker 1 presence. So actually this one here would be for zone 1 and 2 biamp. And this one here would be zone 2 and 3 front presence. Am I going to use those? Probably not. And also you have connection for phono, audio 1, audio 2, audio 3. You have two optical imports. Actually, no, I'm wrong. You have 3 opticals. 1, 2, 3. You have coax, and you also have component video. So let me try to get closer so you guys could pause the video or get a better look at it. So yeah, this one does Dolby Atmos, HDMI, Bluetooth, basically everything that I would use, at least, or everything that I would think I'm gonna use in the future. The reason why I chose Yamaha is they got a good rep. I had an older Yamaha. I don't even remember the model it was, but it sounded really awesome. It sounded clear, real punchy, but I got rid of it because once I upgraded my TV and stuff, the older component didn't have HDMI, so I needed to upgrade, which I went with the Sony. And like I said, the Sony STR, I've been having it for, I want to say 6 years now. Haven't had no issues with it. And the only reason I'm getting rid of it is because I also run, like I said, a projector, so the Sony not having dual HDMI out is a killer for me now. So this one is rated 140 watts per channel into 8 ohms. The Sony, I believe, was somewhere between 80 to 100, driven at 8 ohms 2 channel. A lot of people say that Sony inflates their wattage. I personally have no way of testing it out. I know it served me well for what I needed. This one, like I said, the Dolby Atmos and DTX supports 5.1.2, 5.1.4, and 7.1.2 Atmos setup. I can't really get too much into that setup because, like I said, I haven't done Atmos, so I really don't know what that is yet. I'm fairly new to the whole Atmos thing, so I'm learning as I go. I just wanted to share with you guys this experience and this upgrade that I'm currently doing. So I'm about to hook it up, make sure everything working, connect all the speakers and everything, and then I'll be back to show you what the interface looks like and all that types of good stuff. Also, I bought this with my own money. I got it from Worldwide Stereo. Good website. They have everything you could want there: projectors, screens, receivers, amplifiers, you name it, they got it. So if you are looking to upgrade, give them a look. I mean, I'll put the link down below.